What is going on, guys? This is your boy HQ420 welcoming y'all back. Another episode, Showtime with the Cube. It's been a couple days. Had a little bit of hiatus, but we're going to be coming back to y'all with some fresh content. I have got my co-host with me, the powerful Corey Hughes. Corey, tonight, how are you doing?
Excellent. I'm getting into the holiday spirit of things.
Yes, it is getting closer into Christmas. Just a little bit past Thanksgiving, so we're moving into the true holiday season. Gift giving. Hopefully, you get a good gift. Do you even get gifts, Corey? Do people still give you stuff?
No, I'm old and everyone's dead, so.
So much for that. All right, so Grinch Corey. If it's y'all's first time,
hey, y'all can send me gifts. Y'all can send me gifts. I'll give you my address in the show notes.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, guys. I mean, season's greetings. Now's the time of giving. So Corey's looking to sponsor, okay? So, if it's y'all's first time to this channel, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you listen to us on podcast platforms and have not followed us yet, I'm not sure what you're waiting on. Hit that follow button. We appreciate everybody who has been listening to us so far. Today, Corey, I tried to say troll with Corey. Today, Corey, we're going to be looking at a brand new Netflix original, all right? The movie Troll, guys. That's what we're talking about today. Troll. And this particular film is for me, it was almost like Godzilla set with a troll.
Yes, but slightly more sympathetic. We were more sympathetic in this film towards this version of Godzilla. But yeah, I could see that. It's the Norwegian Godzilla. But it was, the thing I loved about it is it was chock full of old school Norwegian pagan lore, and
plenty of paganism,
plenty of pagan stuff, but not done in a creepy way, done in like an architectural, anthropological kind of way. So yeah, it was the basic premise. Well, I'll let you tell the basic premise there.
Yeah. Of course, it had a couple of movie tropes and all that stuff in it.
Let me stop you right there. That's one thing I love about it. It's full of tropes. And honestly, that's just what I want. I want people to stop trying to think outside the box and give me 50 million twists and turns. Give me a fucking hero. Give me a damsel in distress. And give me the princess in the fucking castle, right? Let's go back to like old school Mario or Zelda storylines, right? I want simplicity. I don't need all this flash and superheroes knocking over buildings, bringing down the freaking property values. Like, I'm over all that stuff, right? Like, I want some basic old school storylines. Good guy meets bad guy, simple storyline, slightly on the ridiculously stupid side, and then that's it. Like, that is, I think, the era we're going to be moving into. At least I hope so. And move away from the era of the Hollywood blockbuster. And I thought this was a good thing. Maybe the place to find that is in these overseas films.
Yeah, the Netflix seems to have a vested interest in doing a lot of their original films overseas. I have noticed that they have a lot of vested interest in that, and this is based in.
They get that
Norway.
Cheap Norwegian labor for this one.
Yeah. This is based in Norway, so this is actually, I believe, if I'm correct, most of the film the actors are speaking Norwegian, except for certain parts where certain characters are speaking actual English. But you can see that when their mouth moves, the words don't match up with it because it's been dubbed.
Right.
So you would say, so don't be surprised, but then you'll be like, hold on a second, that particular person is actually speaking English because the words they're saying is matching up. You're like, man, I am totally confused here.
Right. I caught that a couple times.
Yeah, so don't be shocked, guys. This is one of the things that Netflix has been doing a lot of right here recently. And once you get past it, you kind of stop looking at their mouths and you just kind of get past it. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of get past it and you're just like, okay, I've moved on from that. But this particular film, it lays the groundwork. You see a young Nora. All right, this is our protagonist, strong female character. To start off with, a round of applause for her. A strong female character. So,
but she didn't really come off as the strong female character. It wasn't portrayed like they tried to fucking push this woke shit in our face. It was done tactfully.
Right. But she was our main protagonist. I had to say that. You know what I'm saying? About every movie you watch right now, the female's the hero currently. But which is okay. I'm fine with females being heroes. But right here, Nora, you see her when she was adolescent, younger, with her dad Tobias. All right, and they're going on a particular adventure. All right, they're mountain climbing. They get to the top of said mountain, and her father gives her the breakdown of what happened to the trolls. Okay, what happened to the trolls, and so that lays a little bit of foundation starting off with. And he said, Nora, if you look at the mountains, you can see the trolls there. And she's like, nah, Dad. She's like, no, look with your heart. All right. She closed her eyes. She's, and the trolls' faces appear out of the mountains. They appear right out of the mountains, and she's shocked, startled. And it gives you the breakdown. Say, hey, sunlight is what killed the trolls. Which I'm not big. I don't know a ton about Norwegian folklore. I'm assuming that this would be the actual case. Do you know a ton about Norwegian folklore, Corey?
No, I sure don't. You think maybe
I'd never heard of it before until this movie. I'm
sure all those Northern European, Scandinavian kind of countries have a deep folklore history because there's like all that black metal that sings about all that crazy stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So those weird fucking Scandinavians and their black metal. Not that I dislike it. I like some of it, but it's just hilarious to me. But no, I don't know too much about it.
Yeah. So I think the instances. God, have we had instances of trolls in other movies? I'm trying to think. Leprechauns, yes. Trolls.
Troll Hunter.
You said I didn't watch that.
I think that's like rated one of the worst movies of all time. We should probably review it.
Well, we got it's rated one of the worst movies. So hey, let's cover that one definitely. It's like, oh man, so that gives you the foundation of what's going on here. Tobias gives Nora kind of a breakdown of the mythos of trolls on that mountaintop, and then we pan into our movie 20 years later. So we start off right there. We go 20 years later. So I'm assuming Nora at that time is in her 30 range. At that
right, something
time.
Like that.
So, yeah, she's probably mid-30s. And so we actually moved to another point of the movie where she has became a paleontologist. I believe that's what they call it, right? In there where you dig up dinosaur bones. A paleontologist.
She was right? A paleo socio something along those lines. Yeah, but she mostly dug up dinosaur bones.
Okay, paleontologist is a paleon. Okay. Yeah. Scientist who studies the history of life on Earth through fossil record. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, she was the foremost expert, I guess, in Norway. That's what it makes it seem like to me. The way that the Prime Minister comes and wants to get her help later on in the film. So obviously they've been out there, they've been digging up bones. They ain't found no bones, and then she hits pay dirt. Okay, she finds some bones out there. From that point, we span over into where they're actually digging in a cave. Now we don't know what they're digging for. It didn't really give us any background, but you know what we did see? Protesters out there. We seen the protesters. They look like the Stop Oil protesters out there. You know what I'm saying out there? Stop digging. Now, little did they know, they should have stopped digging. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, they should have stopped digging.
Yeah, little did they know they should have stopped digging. Because I don't know if there was a particular bomb, but they hit pay dirt, all right? And they woke my man up. Now, we learned later on that supposedly they spared mercy on this one troll and put his ass in a cave by himself. But I'm like, is that really mercy? I mean, I don't know. that I guess that's a form of mercy. But they disturbed the troll, and then he bust out. Okay, he bust out. He pretty much kills everybody in that area, and that's how our film starts to kick off. We have our usual tropes we have the military personnel, prime minister get together and begin the tactical strike, or tactics as far as attacking said creature. Now, I always think it's funny that that every time something pops up, it's like, let's blow it to smithereens. You know what I'm saying? That's the human way, isn't it?
Well, it's at least the American way, you know.
Yeah. So Norway, I thought y'all were better than us. Okay, I mean, be better.
Yeah,
okay?
I thought y'all were inclusive up there, man. Like,
yeah,
you're not supposed to go blow this thing up.
Yeah, it's like the minute it comes out, it busts out. Now look, you disturbed it. Okay, you disturbed it. Bro, Troll was chilling in the mountain. Okay, he's like, look, I am reserved to my fate to be in this mountain forever. All right, reserved to the fate, and you awoken me, and now I'm pissed. Okay, now I'm pissed. So the Troll just starts walking. All right, and now at this point in time, we don't have really any type of idea of the motivations of the Troll.
Well, we haven't even really seen it yet.
Yeah. They see footage of it.
Right. If you didn't know the movie was called Troll, you might not suspect that it was a troll at that point because they hadn't really given us much to go on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So once they see that particular thing, the particular video, that's when they go and they grab Nora. It's Nora, we need you. It's national security. National security means national security. You need to come with us right now. All right. They show her the particular footage, and she shows the prime minister, look right there, you got some creature in there. And people try to explain it away. They're like, oh, well, what kind of animal is that? It's like, dog. I mean, are you, bruh? You're like, bruh. I mean, damn. I mean, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, bruh. I'm like, no. Are you serious? I mean, really? What kind of animal is that? Corey, help me out, dog. I said, what kind of animal is it?
So, what's the lead's name? Nora?
Yeah, Nora. Mm-hmm.
Nora. So, have we gotten to the part yet where the helicopters come for her?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So They just show up while they're toasting. She was making her speech about finding a fossil. I was like,
right. So they come and they pick her up, and I thought the next scene was kind of funny because it was tropish. We've seen this in other movies like Armageddon, where they get all these people from around Norway to evaluate the problem. Mm-hmm. And they're looking at these monstrous indentations in the ground, one after another, and each of them appear to have like toes on them. And yet these scientists are sitting around the table. One guy's even like, I think it's swamp gas. And
yeah, swamp gas or pressure in the earth, all kind of crazy stuff. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Oh, it was a gas pocket. I'm like, dude, yeah, a gas pocket.
Right. And then it takes the strong female character to go, obviously they're footprints. And then everybody looks at her like she's crazy,
Yeah, I know. It's like, but hey, man, I think it's a gas pocket. You just look at him like, ugh.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're like, seriously? A gas pocket? Bo, do you not see this creature? And then they're trying to figure out, well, what kind of animal do you think it is? Man, does it look like an animal?
Right. Then they end up getting a freeze frame of the troll's body from some of the found footage. I like the found footage aspect of it with all the people running with their cell phones. I'm running for my life, but I got time to bust out my cell phone, please.
Hey.
So it is the 2023 almost. So I mean, it's not out of the realm of reality that people do that. So
hey, that's the way it is now. But if something bad is happening, trust me, somebody's recording it, even if their life's in danger. They're like, "Bo, if I make it out of this, I'm gonna go viral." That's what it is, man. If I make it out, if I could just make it out, I'm gonna go viral. I'm just like, come on now. Now, from there, from that particular point, she's like, okay, I'm not sure what it is, but I know somebody who might be able to help us. All right. And they introduce some characters right here that actually stick with her throughout the rest of the film. One of them, Andreas, which is he's the actual counsel of the prime minister, more of like a helper. I guess that's what he is.
The comic relief.
Yeah. That's more what he is. He's more comic relief, but he's like a helper. And
right.
You see,
assistant to the prime minister.
Yeah. And then you see, was it Captain Chris? Then you see Captain Chris.
Captain Chris, yes.
Yeah. So those are your other two characters that kind of go along this journey with Nora throughout the majority of the film.
And we end up with another character, which I will refer to as trope number 237 in this movie, and that is bringing her father into the fold. And it turns out her crazy dad wasn't crazy after all. And
yes, that's what I was about to get into.
How many times have we seen that before in films? And I just loved every minute of it. You know, there was a time, probably a decade ago, when that would have been a played out storyline. But with what's been going on in Hollywood for the past 10 or so years, it was a relief to see something that we'd seen 100 times before.
Man, it's finally a relief. It's finally a relief. So that's what we actually get into when she says, hey, I know somebody who might be able to help us out with this. She goes along with Andreas and Chris to where her father is staying at. Okay. Now, immediately when they come up to the house, man comes right out with his shotgun. I mean, he busts right out with his shotgun. Folks are like, "What the hell's going on?"
Surprise, motherfucker!
Man's got his shotgun right out. It's like, hey, whoa, bud, whoa. Calm down. And he doesn't even recognize Nora. So that gives you an indication right off the bat. So that gives you an indication of maybe how long she's been gone away from home. I would expect at least 10 plus years. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Quite some time.
Yeah, at least 10 plus years. And of course, as the movie tropes go, man comes out, he raggedy. You know what I'm saying? Looking like he washed his ass in a few months. You know what I'm saying? Batshit crazy. Holding the shotgun, wielding the shotgun. Piece of shit father. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I was just like, damn, Bo. Bo, we can't escape it. Just deadbeat daddy. You know what I'm saying? Just all day, every day. And so he finally recognizes it's Nora. He lowers the shotgun. Then Chris comes around the corner and he raises the shotgun again. Okay. Chris raises his pistol. I'm like, Bo, they're about to shoot each other out here, man. Y'all need to settle down. I mean, first thing he knows to do is just draw his weapon. So they finally get him calmed down. Man comes around the corner, and the man is in his drawers, but the man's in his underwear. It's like, but they took this particular section right here and made sure that we were like, hey guys, I want you to get a full trope that this particular guy, we want him to be the insane daddy. All right, man's walking out here in his drawers with a shotgun. So that summed that up right there, Corey. What do you think?
Yes. Reminded me of a Randy Quaid-esque character, a la, Armageddon. So I did appreciate that reuse of a similar trope. Exactly.
So they actually go inside. Okay. They go inside and Nora shows her dad the footage and he sees the creature and he's like, oh yeah, it's a troll. I've been telling about trolls for years. It's definitely a troll. Damn, I've been saying something about this look back in the 40s when I was in war. You know what I'm saying? Now, come to find out later on, the shit's true. They've been hiding shit. All right. But yeah, he explains that, hey man, trolls are real. This is a troll. And of course, Nora at that point in time, she's like, Dad, you're crazy. But it's just like, well, damn, this makes more sense than what y'all were saying. And when they were actually going to Nora's father's house, Tobias, and they were flying over the landscape, man, I seen the troll laying on the ground. I seen it. I was sitting there when they were flying over. I said, damn, there's a troll laying right there, bud. I mean, it flew right. I said, how'd I pick it out? Come on, y'all. And then,
so the thing that I kept finding funny, because from the time that they meet the dad, who's obviously a nutball, but he's obviously correct about the trolls, he explains that it's a troll, and she's like, Dad, we're not going to buy your fairy tales. And then like an hour later, after they've seen it, after it's destroyed a whole bunch of stuff, he's like, it's a troll. They're like, Dad, we don't buy your fairy tales. I'm like, but you did what? You done seen it?
You look right at it. you look right at it. I mean,
maybe something was just lost in translation there. Who knows? But I was like,
okay. So here's what happened. Okay, so they take Nora's dad away. All right, in the helicopter, and they're flying, and he's like, "Man, land it here. Land it right here." And earlier in the film, the troll had destroyed a house, and Nora and Chris and Andreas had went to the scene, and Nora was out there. She could smell something. God, I can't remember what she said. She's like hyper something, I believe. Hyper. God, I can't think of what she said. But anyway,
I remember thinking that she was stupid.
Yeah, she was like,
I'm like, what? I'm like, what bullshit is this?
And she's like, oh, you smell that? I was like, oh shit, the troll done took a dump. That's what I thought. I thought they're gonna walk in the turnpile. I was like, oh man, troll done dumped. That's what came right in my mind. And it's like, God, what'd she say? Hyper extreme. I can't think of what she said right offhand, but it was just like crazy. You're just like, what are you talking about? And so when they actually get the father in the plane or in the helicopter, and he said, hey, land it here. And he's looking at the topography of the land, okay? Now, when they're flying up to it again, I said, hey, y'all, they're like, the foot track stopped right here. I said, yeah, it's because the troll laying down right there. The troll laying down, man. I'm like, y'all done flew over this once, and then you flew over it again. I'm like, how do you not see this thing laying down on the ground? I mean, I see it. It looks awkward out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, all right, something's awkward out here. And it's that rock formation right there. There goes the troll. And they were just oblivious. They're just walking around. And she's like, oh, I smell it again. I'm just like, what's she smelling? You know what I'm saying? She the only one smell it, too. She the only one smell it. Ain't nobody else smelled anything, okay? At all. I mean,
well, remember, the father taught her in the beginning that you have to believe it in order to see it. So maybe you have to believe it in order to smell it as well.
Cool. It ain't true, man. It ain't true. I don't believe it, okay? I mean, I'm just like, man, anybody with two eyes seen that damn troll laying there. Look, the footprint. Oh, look, man, here's what they were saying, okay? And this is the people who are supposed to be master strategists, all right? These are master strategists. They're like, oh, the footprint stopped right there. Where did it go? I'm like, it's laying on the ground, dog. What you think, it disappeared in the thin air? Come on, man. I'm like, Bo, y'all ain't gonna make it, okay? If y'all the master strategists, this shit's over, all right? This shit is cooked.
Well, they're the best Norway has to offer.
Damn, Norway, y'all need to do better, okay? Just do better, okay? Just do better. Now, when they land, the father figures out, say, hey, this topography, I don't know where his map's from. It's like the map from the 40s, but it's like the topography's not right here. And then that is when the troll opens his eyes up, all right? Opens his eyes and gazes upon him. And then they proceed to get at it. Now, I thought the troll was going to go and take him out right there. But it seems like the troll has to be provoked, per se, in order for him to attack you.
Yeah, it seemed, over the course of the film, I became very sympathetic towards the troll. And the troll itself wasn't just a wild creature that was out there killing people. And at times, it seemed like it almost connected with a couple people in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost seemed like protective of like the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they did a great job with the character of the troll, because without speaking a word, I felt a connection to the troll, through his actions. And so, I thought that was really, really well done.
Mm-hmm. Right. So so from there, they figure out what they got. They get out of there. They really didn't have any issues getting out of there at all. And they make it back to the facility, and they let them know what they found. And at that point in time, the Prime Minister and the rest of the goon squad are like, shit ain't true. I mean, that's what they like. They're like, shit ain't true. All right, so that's just all there is to it. We ain't worried about that. So what are we going to do as far as a military strike? That's our next course act, military strike. That is our course of action. All right. That's what we need to figure out. Let's lower this thing. Let's find out where it's going, and then let's put it down. Okay, we need to put this thing down. And of course, they set up a tactical mission. They quote unquote decommission Nora and Tobias, but Nora convinces Chris to come along. Now, Nora's using the power of the peace leave. Okay, the power of the peace leave, because Chris got something for her, Bo. He feeling her. You know what I'm saying? Captain Chris, he feeling her, boy. He's like, boy, yeah. She's sexy. She's sexy. But she uses the power of the peace leave, boy. Women gonna tell me they ain't got no power. Shit, sweet talker, dude. Right into taking you on a military tactical mission, which is strictly against orders. You know what I'm saying? Which is strictly against orders, Bo. You just like, hold on a second. Chris, what are you doing, man?
A man will put his life and career on the line for a sweet piece of tail like that.
For some booty, man. Man, throw the bag away for some booty. You know what I'm saying? Man, throw all his credentials, throw his retirement, throw it right in the trash. Some butt cheeks, man. It just like that, boy. Snap of the finger, man, be like, yeah, you can come with us. I'm just like, dude. Man, this is going to end badly for somebody. I knew somebody was going to have to go on this one. I'm like, when you brought them along, somebody's got to go. So they actually make it out into the field. The troll comes up, and they start to open fire upon the troll. Okay, open fire. Now the troll's just walking initially, and then they start shooting RPGs and missing the troll. Man, when they shot the RPG, man, it landed on the ground beside his feet. I'm like, how'd y'all miss the troll, dog? Bo, the thing like 100-something foot tall. How'd you miss it? That's all I want to know. Man, this is another classic movie trope. The good guys, quote unquote good guys, can't shoot.
Mm-hmm. But one thing I think we need to clarify also is that the troll, and this was true according to the ancient legend, the troll is actually made of the earth. He's actually made of stone and trees, and basically just parts of the earth itself. And so,
yeah, but he has a skeleton.
But it has a skeleton. That was interesting. That was. Let's just not ask questions about that.
I was like, hold on a second. What the hell did I just say here?
Yeah, I kind of had a very similar reaction. The Mr. Made of Boulders has a skeleton. So yeah, but hey, suspension of disbelief. So
suspension, and I will say that throughout this film, I thought the CGI was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't over. It wasn't like too much. Like you watch a Marvel film and you're like, damn, give me something that's not green screen. And this was really, it was tactfully done. Plus, you got to think they're on a limited budget, so they got to focus that the creativeness, creative financing in the right places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the troll, I say the screen time the troll had. This is an hour and 42 minutes, something like that. I say that the troll had screen time probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah. It wasn't like they were trying to hide him. I thought they did a good job of, showing you a little bit in the beginning. Or at least teasing you with the lore. And then then you have the video footage that you only see little bits and pieces. So for the first 30 minutes of the film, they did a good job of kind of building the suspense and the mystery. And then once you actually seen him, it was they didn't overdo it and they didn't underdo it. I thought it was done pretty well. Right.
So we're back at the point where the military personnel is opening fire on it, of course, to no avail. So
it appears to heal itself, right? Like, so it looked like the missiles would hit it and then it would just grow right. Its flesh would grow right back.
Yeah, and they have tanks out there. They're shooting the heavy artillery. That didn't do anything, and then the troll proceeds to start kicking their ass. Okay, to start kicking their ass. And during that time, one of the men gets severely injured, and the troll, and this one of the military personnel, and the troll swoops it up and eats it, and they harken back to the Christian blood thing, which I was like, so can it tell if you're like if you believe in God, or if you? I mean, is that what it's saying, or can it just smell the blood?
Okay, so that's a bit of troll lore from the origins of the troll story, like the real origins of trolls, which I'll have to tell you off the air because it's not suitable for platforms.
It's not suitable for any platforms. not a platform, any platforms. Okay, that's fair enough. So the troll, and this is at the point in time where Chris, Andreas, Tobias, and Nora all are fleeing from the troll, and they hide behind a tree with one of the military personnel that was hurt, and it just swoops up that military personnel and just chomps him right on up, and it's like, the troll smelled the blood. I was like, the Christian blood. I was like, are you sure? There ain't nobody else out here bleeding. I ain't seen him eat nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him eat nobody else. Now, he might have ate a few folk when he first busted out of the scene. But it seems to be low on nourishment if he just eat, one dude and that's all he needs. I don't know if the troll eats anything else. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It seemed like a small portion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that won't eat a handful. Isn't that what they say? Fistful. Get your make sure all your portions are fistful. Isn't that the going thing now?
What nonsense.
I'm like, man, what are you talking about, man? Yeah, it's a fist, man. Put everything on your plate. It's a fist. I'm like, okay, I'll not worry about that because that's how I'm going to measure my food out. Put my fist down. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's enough.
What if you're Donald Trump with tiny hands?
You got to think about it. A lot of women got really tiny hands. So, dang, Bo, you just won't be eating nothing hardly.
Well, maybe they should be eating something the size of their hands.
Corey, I mean, you had to go way out there. But anyway, we're back on troll. Hey, look. So at that point in time, Tobias is like, you know what? I'm going to go calm the troll down. And I'm like, man, what the hell is this dude doing? And then he walks up and it seems to be working. The troll just kind of looking at him, all right? Just kind of looking at and there's one thing that I didn't grasp. The troll got a tail. Like
that was a little odd. That was a little odd. I think that was some creative embellishment on their part because I do not remember trolls having tails.
Yeah, I was just like, why's this troll got a tail like a monkey? I mean, that's kind of weird. But anyway, so Tobias is up and he's talking to the troll. And it seems to be working, okay? At first they're like, hey, don't do that. Tobias like, hey, I got this, okay? I got this. Walks up, starts talking to it, seems to calm it down. And then, of course, as it is, another movie trope. When things seem to be going good, leave it to the one dumb motherfucker who's seen that the gunshots weren't working to turn the gun and shoot the troll. Bo, you just like, what? Man, y'all just got your ass handed to you. Y'all shot everything at it and it walked right through it. And so now you going to turn your little pissat gun towards it and shoot at it again? Man, my man looks like he calmed that. Now's the time for you to flee. It's like, look, this battle's lost, okay? This battle's lost, but nope. Shoots the gun. And when he shoots the gun, the troll turns to look at the tank. And then that's when the tail comes and hits Nora's father, Tobias. Game over for him, bud. He gets cracked, but he gets knocked probably a good 40, 50 feet. And of course, they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, he ain't okay. The man just got fucking walloped by a damn troll tail. I mean, cleaned out. Man's he got to be 70-year-old."
But it seemed as though he was trying to communicate with the troll, and it seemed as though for a second the troll and him had eye contact, and they had something going there until it was screwed up by military guy.
Now I don't know where that was going to go. I have no idea. Is the troll just going to sit there and just look at him? Wow.
Well, maybe if they didn't try to blow it up and try to communicate with it, maybe they could have figured something out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were going to figure out there on that particular thing. But it didn't work out, okay? It didn't work out at all. Nora's father, dead. Tobias, dead. Right there. And he mumbles some words to him. He says, kingdom, palace, which if he knew this shit all along, he probably should have told him earlier.
He probably did, but he probably did 30 years ago. He probably heard all that stuff. It's
another movie trope. Let me tell you something that you probably should have known a long time ago, but let me tell you in my dying breath. Okay? It's another movie trope. I mean, that's what it is. It's right on key. I was like, well, damn, there goes another movie trope right there. I'm going to tell you some information I should have told you 30 minutes ago, but I'm going to mumble some nonsensical words in my dying breath. All right? And that'll be that. All right, so everybody's sad. The troll has escaped once again. All right, and now people are trying to figure out what they're gonna do. All right, got the prime minister. She's befuddled. She's got her staff underneath her. One of them looks like a military guy. I don't know what the other guy is. I think that the other guy who was in there, he's almost just like he like do research for different type of weaponry. And he just happens to be in the building and have high status. You know the one I'm talking about, right? The guy who's got the frosty tips.
Mm-hmm.
What is his name? I don't think they really said. Oh, my God. Forvassar Minister. Oh, okay. Frederick. Yeah, okay, Frederick. So Frederick. So they're sitting there and they say, hey, we got these new missiles. We ain't went through full testing yet, but we could shoot him with it. It's just like, okay, yeah. I mean, hey, somebody said desperate times, desperate measures, but Nora and them have another idea. They're like, okay, so let's go to folklore. All right, let's go to folklore. Let's start thinking about this rationally. What in folklore would affect the trolls? All right. So they go back and they remember something about the trolls not liking the church bell, that it would hurl rocks at churches because the church bell would be going off. So that is what they attempt to slow the troll down with. Now, the troll is actually heading towards a theme park, all right? Makes it to the theme park, and they have the helicopters with the bells on them, all right? Now, I'm not sure if it was a good idea to get in the perimeter where the troll could actually reach you.
Nah, probably not.
They were like, get closer. I'm like, yeah, but if you get closer, he's going to be able to reach you.
That's like one of my biggest gripes in all movies and TV shows where you have people pulling guns literally like 6 inches from the person they're pointing it at. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? No one who's ever actually pulled a gun on somebody would ever pull a gun like that. Because you just grab the damn thing. Just like the troll did with the helicopters. The troll just reached out and grabbed the helicopters like we knew was coming. But, hey, they had to fulfill their graphics budget, and we wanted some action, and we got it.
Yeah. Now, the bell did have an effect on the troll. Now, it obviously wasn't going to take it out, but the troll just didn't like it. All right? Troll didn't like it all.
Right.
And
right. It makes you wonder what they were thinking. If they knew it was just going to irritate it.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa, come on.
Yeah, because that's pretty much what it was. It was an irritant. Now, one thing I did notice throughout the whole film, because you remember early on, it said that the trolls had got turned into mountains by the sunlight. And so I was like, the sun ain't been out this whole movie. It'd have been overcast. It'd been dark.
That's why them damn people are so fucking white. They're so white they're transparent up that far north.
Yeah, they ain't got no sunlight. That's what
they see the sun like 3 days a year.
Yeah, that's what the issue is. So I did notice that. I said, hold on a second. Dang, the sun ain't been out the whole time. It's been like overcast or dark the whole time. So the bell trick, it works somewhat until all the helicopters get smashed, and then it no longer works. Okay. But during that time, the troll had actually destroyed one of the helicopters, and it was about to fall on the girl, and the troll catches the helicopter to keep it from, not a girl, it's a boy. The troll catches the helicopter to keep it from crushing the boy.
Right. Like it has, that showed it had like a humanity to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was almost like it knew that it was about to fall on this person, so it called it. I was like, well, hold on a second. I'm like, so the troll didn't seem like it is wanting to hurt anybody willingly. But you know what I'm saying? That's not what it seemed to be its intentions at all.
Right.
Like it's just trying to get somewhere. And so
right. Like it wasn't a monster.
Yeah.
It was just large.
Yeah.
and in charge.
Yeah. The fact that it was so big, it's like I can't help but to destroy shit because it's just kind of in the way of my feet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
yeah.
It's just in the way of my feet. So the bell thing doesn't work. They're like, look, we appreciate you for helping us out, Nora. But you got to go. All right. We're going to have to let the big boys handle this thing, okay? The big boys are here. The big boys are ready to handle this. And that's when Frederick's like, hey, I got these missiles. You know, we ain't really tested them. But that's okay. Because now's the time. Now's the time to use these protocols. That I don't know what it'll do. Hell, it might might scorch the whole earth. Don't nobody know what these missiles do.
Yeah.
Prime Minister doesn't ask. The other military guy doesn't ask. And like the head of the military doesn't ask. It's just like, okay, sounds good. And it looks like the actual troll is heading towards the Capitol. That's what they find out. It looks like it's heading towards the Capitol. Now, at that point in time, it clicks in Nora's head, Kingdom Palace. And so they go to the actual palace as they were about to evacuate Onslow, because they were evacuating all of Onslow. They were leading the troll to Onslow to hit it with said missiles. And she's like, oh, Kingdom Palace, oh, we need to go back to the palace. And then the guy at the palace, who was that? What was that old dude's name? I can't even think of what his name was.
You're the name guy.
Yeah, I know, man, but he didn't seem really that important. I ain't gonna lie to you. He didn't seem that important, but he was like, oh, yes, Nora, I've been waiting for you. How long you been waiting for? You know what I'm saying? You've been waiting for her since you was 10? I mean, let me know. That seemed kind of creepy. You know, they roll up. The guardsmen are like, hey, we're going to put you down. We're going to shoot you. And he's like, nah, let him in. All right. And he gives Nora the background, say, yes, the trolls, we knew about the trolls. Your father, I told him to calm down. He didn't, so we had to make him seem like he was a lunatic. All right, that was the whole deal. We had to make him seem like he was a lunatic. And then from there, which is just very odd. It's just really odd. It's like, let me take you right down to the lair, all right, where they all went to die. And I'm just like, and that's at the point in time where you see the troll skeletons, and I'm just like, the fuck am I looking at?
I did like that scene though. It gave me some chills about the lore. So I did like it, even though it was kind of weird.
Yeah. No, they all went down to die. The whole troll family went down there to die. And then at that point in time, that's where it is told to you that the one troll that's still alive, they showed pity on it and took it somewhere else and to another part of Norway and buried it in the mountain. I was like, that's pity? That's showing it pity. You took it to bury it by itself to be alone forever. That's your form of pity. Golly, save your pity for the weak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
And I'm just like, man, that don't seem like pity at all. That seems like a raw deal. He'd probably been better off just dying right there with his family. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. And at that point in the time, the troll just, it remembers how to get back to where his family was, but the troll didn't realize that all of his family's dead. It doesn't know that. That is an unbeknownst thing. That's what we do. We do figure out. And so they have a good idea, which I don't know why they thought this would work, but it did. But it looked like they loaded up the troll's mother's head and put it on the back of looks like about a 92, 93 Silverado.
This scene had me puzzled. I know that what they were trying to do was get the attention of the troll and try to lure it to a certain area. And they thought that by putting the skull of its loved one on the back of a pickup truck was the right idea. I don't know if that was the right idea.
Yeah. I was like, man, who thought this was going to work now?
It was ice cold. It was ice cold.
Yeah.
And I was already feeling for the troll by this point.
Yeah. Now Nora has a discovery right then and there. She starts using her black light up against, or her UV light up against the actual troll bones, and see that it's actually starting to decay or falsify even more. So she's like, hey, she harkens back. That's where the plan begins. We're going to load this troll skull on the back of the Silverado. We're going to lower it to the area. Chris, my love interest, if you can get a bunch of the UV lights together, then we can defeat the troll there. Okay? We can defeat the troll. So that's the plan. That's the whole plan here. And so they proceed forward with the plan. All right? And they're going along. Okay? The troll's going to the capital. Then it sees the Silverado speed pass. The sheet comes off, revealing I perceive to be its mother's head. And so the troll follows. Of course, movie trope, one of the straps breaks. And I'm like, man, this thing is holding on for dear life, okay? And then, finally, the troll skull falls off of the ride. All right? Falls off of the ride. It's picked up. And then it's shattered. And I was like, the troll got super pissed. Because at that point in time...
Super pissed.
Yeah, at that point in time, they were coming in with the actual missiles, all right? Now, Andreas had somebody on the inside, a young lady, who did the hacking to keep the missiles from firing. I was like, man, this girl's smart enough to know how to hack the jets y'all sent out there. Hot damn. I mean, but she hacked the jets. I mean, it's a malfunction. I'm like,
well, you always have to have that strong background female character who's able to hack jets in a film.
You got a good point, Corey. I shouldn't have questioned that. I shouldn't have let that ride.
Par for the course.
Ain't nothing throughout the movie showed that this chick was able to do anything besides just be a side character. Then all of a sudden she's never let me down. I'm like, do what? Who is she? Hey, can you hack it? Like, it's unbeknownst. It's just some girl. It's just some chick. She ain't been no integral part of the movie or anything. Andrea's like, yeah, I can call on her. She never fails. I was just like, yeah, but y'all, you want to put your life on this one? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And then it's funny because she gets busted and like she doesn't go to like fucking the stockade instantly, which is also hilarious.
Yeah. Her name is Sigrid. Yeah, Sigrid.
Sigrid, that's a good Nordic name.
Yeah. Sigrid. Yeah, and she's just standing there. Like, she gets busted and she's just standing there watching. I was just like, oh, damn. I mean, in Norway, they ain't got rough hands out there. You know what I'm saying? They got soft hands. Hey, look, I know you tried to hack it. I know you hacked it. I understand. You know, emotions are high right now. It's okay. We'll just keep you right here to watch the rest of the proceedings. I was like, okay. A little nonsensical, but okay. We'll keep with that. So, she has him hacked. At that point in time, they lure the troll to said trap. Okay, to said trap. Now, they had gotten back control of the jets to where they could fire the missile. And at that point in time, you actually see the UV lights come on. Now, your main military commander is like, hey, there's civilians there. Civilians. And so they said, don't fire. But then Frederick, he just like, man, shoot them motherfuckers, man. Shoot. I was like, damn,
you always
Frederick.
You always got to have that one establishment asshole who doesn't care about the civilian deaths. The Donald Rumsfeld of films.
Yeah. Yeah, he don't care at all. He's like, shoot it. I just think he wanted to see what that thing would do. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't got no clue. And I want to see what this thing could do. I ain't got a clue what it does. Hell. I mean, we ain't even tested it yet. So I don't know what it does. I want to see what it does. That's what I felt like from him. And then Segria just goes and punches him right in the mouth.
Yeah, it was strikingly out of character.
Or looks like knocks him out. And the military guy's like, yeah.
So that's like 2 offenses in a single day, and she's still on the job.
Yeah, ain't nobody grab a hold of her or nothing. She just slots the dude. It's just like, what are you going to do, man? You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to do, man? I mean, it's a female, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't do nothing here. If I touch her, man, it might be harassment. So I'm just gonna back up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it ride. So at that point in time, they make it out there, and right before the troll is about to stomp on Nora, the lights get turned on, the UV lights, and it's proceeding to slow the troll down, to injure the troll. And it seems at that point in time, basically. Yeah, burn them alive. And it seems like at that point, they are winning. And then Nora decides, you know what? This ain't right. And at that point in time, she goes and proceeds to cut the damn UV lights off. I'm like, what are you doing?
Leave it to a woman.
But I mean, it's like an old quote I remember, bud.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
well, they had to kind of wrap the film up in a positive way, but while allowing the humans to have a kind of redemption, right? Because they couldn't end the film with the humans being the bad guy. They just couldn't. So what happens next?
All right. So what happens next? She cuts all the UV lights off, and of course, the guys who went out there with Chris, and I forgot to say this, but they did another movie trope right before the troll got there. Chris got on the back of the truck and made a speech. I'm like, ain't no time for no speech, man. Ain't no time for no speech, man. Cut the speech, dog. I mean, cut the speech. I mean, he get up there, and if we die, we'll die being heroes. I'm just like, man, ain't nobody no hero out here, dog. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no heroes out here. They need to stop with that. But anyway, after she cuts it off, they start pointing the guns at it, and I'm like, y'all, put the gun. The gun ain't even gonna do nothing but piss it off. Okay, that's all it's gonna do. It ain't gonna hurt it. It's just gonna piss it off. And Chris tells them to drop the gun, and Nora proceeds to start communicating with the troll once again. All right, it says, "Hey, just go back home. Go back home and live in the mountains. You deserve to live. You deserve to be alive." Just as the damn sun rises coming up to cook his ass. Just as it's good. Over for the troll. Troll burn up. Troll dead. Fossilized. I said, damn. Hey, we should have just went on and burned his ass up. Shit. I mean, Bo, I was like, I was not expecting the movie to end like that. At that point in time, she was talking to, I was like, okay, maybe the troll's going to turn around and just kind of walk off. And then I'm like, hold on, boy, it's getting mighty light behind them. It's that I didn't know if it was like other cars pulling up. No, it was the sun, bright ass sun. And what do you know? The sun does fossilize them. It does kill them.
And it killed them quick. Like it killed them real quick,
almost instantaneously. I didn't. The trolls have something. The trolls like vampires. I'm guessing. Similar.
Something like that.
A similar take.
So I appreciate this ending, and I appreciate how they did it, and I'll tell you why. Because it did give the humans the redemption that they needed in the film to save face. Oh, we really did the right thing at the last minute. And then, but they still had to kill the damn troll. I mean, that was inevitable. The troll had to go bye-bye.
The troll can't be hanging around.
Really, there's no other way the movie could have ended when you think about it.
Yeah, because was the troll really going to be able to go live in peace? Nah, folks know about it now.
Or it could have ended with him walking off into the mountains to be continued. That could have been a possible ending.
Troll 2.
Right. And depending on the success of this one, there's probably going to be a Troll 2.
Hey, and we could even...
And it'll be a strong, powerful female troll in the next one.
Yeah, I said we could go along the lines of how to do Godzilla, you know what I'm saying? The troll got to fight some other type of being.
Hey, I like the Godzilla movies because it's very simple. Big monster comes out, attacks the city, we attack it, we realize we need it to fight a bigger force, and then we become friends with Godzilla, sort of, and it fights Mothra, and then the movie ends. Because it's so simple, easily predictable. That's what we need in film these days, and that's why I like Troll.
Man, it needs some flashes, a couple flashy things, need a couple jokes, you know what I'm saying, get us along the way. And you feel pretty good about it at the end of the day. It didn't take up over 2 hours of your time. So you're like, okay, I can live with that.
and if there's no more creativity in the world, if creativity is dead and we're just stuck rehashing garbage, let's rehash the good garbage.
Damn, I mean that's well, hell. There you go, Corey.
Like the 80s was a great decade. There was all kinds of bad movies that they could rehash into new iterations and not even have to pay the copyright. I mean, so many good things they could do.
Yeah, this is true. So yeah, so that's how the movie ends. It's pretty much roll credits after that. They try to make some trope out, what we're going to call this particular rock formation now, whatever. And that's neither here nor there. But everybody...
One thing I did like is they didn't try to get us with some fucking underlying environmental message. There was no real overt woke message to it. It was just a solid monster flick. Mm-hmm. And that's really what it was at the end of the day.
Yep. Andreas walks into the sunset. Of course, he resigned from his position after they gave Nora the boot. I think he says he's going to be a writer. I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't need that, but okay. Nora's going to proceed on with her own life, and I'm assuming Chris is going to ask her on a date shortly.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how the movie ends. Abrupt ending right there at the end, and that's fair enough. Okay.
Yep. So I liked it.
So and then, but they do say, like, I wonder if there's any other trolls out there hiding. So it's just like it could open it up. It could open it up for something else in the future if they feel like enough eyeballs get on this particular film. So Corey, I'm gonna drum roll it.
I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 cubes.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Solid film. Solid film.
Ooh. 8 out of... I go 6. I got to go 6.
You got to go 6?
I got to go 6, man.
Okay. I understand, but I enjoyed it from the start to the end, and there was nothing about it that pissed me off. And the things that were stupid about it were... I could deal with stupid, so...
A 6 is not a bad. A 6 is not a bad rating. A 6 is above 5. We're going out of 10. A 6 is above 5, and people got to realize that. Okay, it goes in everything. Movies. If you talking about, I'm rating a woman, and be like, oh, you're a 6. Just that's low. I'm like, it's above average, so it's fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Most guys would love to have a 6. You know what I'm saying? A lot of days we take a 2. That's what we can get. All right, so that's a combined score. That's a combined score of 7 out of 10 cubes. All right. Now, if I go to IMDb, we have got 28,000 ratings. They lean more towards my side, 5.8 out of 10. So that's right at 6 out of 10. So yeah, that's with 28,000 people rating it. Now, the only user review that I've seen right up here initially was save your time, don't watch it. And I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
I would
definitely
say
worth watching.
Yeah, I say if you got a little bit of time, there's no reason not to watch it. All right, there's no reason not to watch it. If you've watched everything else on Netflix, and you're like, man, what's this troll movie? It ain't gonna eat up a bunch of clock, and it's a fair enough movie. Okay, it's fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Gives you some of your movie tropes. You know. And, of course, we come up here and we talk about stuff. We're critical about stuff, but that's okay. It's kind of more just fun to talk about stuff like movie tropes and things of that nature. So that's kind of the fun of it. So, yeah, guys, that is Troll. It is on Netflix currently. I believe it's in the top 10 because I think they just put all their movies in the top 10.
Yeah, whatever they want you to watch, they put in the top 10.
Yeah, I think it's just all there. What's top 10 in America? It's like, man, all these have got the end up there in the corner of it. So, are we sure this is the top 10? Well, look, Damon, this is top 10 we want you to watch. Look, it's all our movies, so we need you to watch them. Which, I'm not, you know what, how were they able to make all these movies? They're losing subscribers.
Because they just have money. And they get investors who are billionaires who have money. And
okay,
they just throw money around.
Thin air money. You don't need to actually make any money. You know what I'm saying?
No. As long as you got an ESG score and your stock's doing fine, they don't care if you got a product.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, another Netflix special. We probably need to look at a few other of these Netflix specials. I've been thinking about The Day Shift, which is I don't know if you've seen that yet. The newest vampire movie with Jamie Foxx in it.
I think I got like halfway through it and fell asleep and never went back to it.
Oh God, is it that bad?
This wasn't great.
Maybe we don't need to. It said it wasn't great.
Well, I tell you what, I just watched. I just powered through Tim Burton's Wednesday on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. My mom was watching it at Thanksgiving.
So, once you can get past its underlying woke premise, ultimately it's about how the big bad evil white supremacist pilgrims killed some witch, and but overall it was well written. It was okay. Can I recommend it? It had that Tim Burton kind of flair to it, and it had some good cliffhanger type things in it, so. It was interesting, but yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. You know what I think about the movie Troll is the actual Prime Minister of Norway right now. Is it a woman? Who is the Prime Minister?
I don't know. There's a lot of women Prime Ministers seemingly wrecking shit lately.
Oh no, it's definitely a dude right now, Jonas Garstor. Okay. So this just went completely fantasy. I didn't know if it was actual woman. Let's see how they put a woman in there. So yeah, guys, that's Troll. 7 out of 10 cubes. So hey, check it out. You know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of time. You
Definitely
got
worth a watch, I think.
A Saturday afternoon, maybe even Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? Saturday morning, you just wake up and like, I want to catch a flick right quick. Check out Troll. It's fair enough. All right. So that's gonna wrap up this episode of Showtime with the Cube. Be on the lookout. We've got a couple holiday specials for you. Violent Night's going to be coming up, as well as going back and doing a quote-unquote Christmas movie in Krampus. We'll be reviewing Krampus.
Great movie.
Yeah,
that's a 9 out of 10er.
Yeah, Corey has been harking on me, saying, "Man, you need to look at Krampus." I've never seen Krampus, so this will be a first viewing. Okay, a first viewing of the Krampus. So I actually be going to watch Violent Night Friday night. Corey has already checked it out, and he has said he really enjoyed it. So we'll be talking to y'all about that early on next week. Anything else for the people? Oh, we're also going to have a special Showtime with the Cube where we discuss where we think the DCEU is going. Okay, where we see that going. So be on the lookout for that particular episode as me and Corey discuss what's recently happened with the DCEU and where we think it's going in its future. So some things are being shooken up over there. So anything else for the audience out there, Corey?
Nope. Just tune in to the next episode of Showtime with the Cube.
All right. We appreciate everybody for checking us out. From boy SQ420, co-host Corey Hughes. We'll catch y'all on the next episode of Showtime with the Cube. Peace out.